Hello interwebs and welcome back to Let's Play Phoenix Wright, Ace Attorney, Justice for All. My name is Skinny Minnie.
And I'm Pharaoh.
And last episode I left you off on a cliffhanger, sorry, to see how Mr. Dingling committed the crime. And we can present the evidence. And I will
Oh, really?
and we will show you.
I'm going to present some evidence. So what did Mr. Dingling use to commit the crime of murder against Stresselberry?
Remember that old thing we got? Not old, but one of the... Oh, where'd it go?
That's what I'm trying to find right now.
Where
Where is it?
Oh, it's this. Wait,
Is it?
no, wait, it's the... Oh, it's a picture.
Oh, it's the last... Okay.
God, this stupid picture. It's the best. You want to present this? I'll present this.
What's that? A picture? It is indeed. The problem is with the item that's shown in the picture. The bust? It's quite a large bust. And because it's life-size, it's also very, very heavy.
Heavy?
Heavy enough to guarantee a certain death. Especially if it was dropped from a third-story window.
Uh-oh. The birds flew away.
See? This is how Acro was able to kill the Ringmaster. With the force of gravity and Maximilian Galactico's ample bust.
Oh my god.
I don't want to talk about ample bust in this courtroom. Order! Order! So you're saying the bust fell onto the Ringmaster? A rather simple crime. Even if you were stuck in a wheelchair, it would be incredibly easy to commit.
How could you possibly wheel a wheelchair with something so heavy? It's impossible.
Well, Acro is an acrobat. He should have more than enough upper body strength to carry something like a bust. Have you seen him? He's like ripped. Mr. Dingling, how do you respond to these charges? I mean, do you look at that?
Look at him. Look at he's got muscles in his muscles.
Hello, how you doing? I don't know what the hell is going on there.
I don't know. Were you trying to do Arnold?
I think I was trying to do, but then I mixed up one of my accents, so... Yeah, you messed it up!
No, you messed it up.
Got
Got the new job. Okay, we're done.
Well,
Acro's at a loss for words.
he should be. He knows I'm getting close to the truth. Well, Acro. You can't run away. Ow!
I'd watch what I say if I were you, Mr. Phoenix, right?
What?
Your Honor, the physical health of a witness is material to this case. I demand that we get a proper testimony from the witness himself.
Testimony, you say? Von Karma. She's just using this testimony as a ruse to stall for time. There's absolutely no need for such testimony.
Objection! The defense has its version of the murder. The prosecution has the right to respond.
She has a point.
Yeah.
The defense's objection is overruled. Why can't he see things my way once in a while?
Because he gives you too many chances.
I was about to say, Phoenix, now you're acting like a kid. Mr. Dingling, I'm sorry, but we need you to testify about your physical condition. If you have any doubts about your ability to testify, we can request expert testimony.
The witness will have no problems. However, let's all be respectful towards him.
Thank you. Ugh, that woman will sink to any low to win a case.
Well, it is
Like
a Von
her
Karma.
Papa. Exactly. Papa.
Papa.
I suppose I could have lifted something the size of that bust. I have a strong upper body from working as an acrobat, and only my legs were injured. However, lifting the bust and looking out of the window would have been impossible. There's no way I could have exerted that kind of force on my lower body. That makes it impossible for me to have known the location of the Ringmaster's head. Thus, it would be unrealistic for me to drop the bust on him. Don't you think? I have no doubts in regards to this witness's testimony.
It was impossible for him to lift the bust and carry it over the window. Not to mention that he could have not known the location of the ringmaster's head. A single false step would have led to even more severe injuries.
That's what I was thinking. What is your opinion on the matter, Mr. Wright? I still like to proceed with my cross-examination.
He's simply stalling. It's shameful, really.
I can't let her get to me. I've got to focus. Well, something did kind of stand out. What about you?
Yeah, oh yeah.
Oh, don't you know? Don't you know?
Okay, it's toward, I think it's the second to the last, where he talks about it would have been impossible to... That makes it impossible for me to have known the location of the ringmaster's head. But we need to present something here. Where is it? The wooden box. The victim was hunched over this 20-pound box. It was locked with a very small key. Now, what's weird about this is the placement of it. If he didn't possibly know the location, then why was it specifically underneath your window?
If you know it's already there, then you can possibly kind of calculate various things.
Calculations. So present them.
Math.
Math.
Acro, you didn't really need to lean out the window, did you? Where are you driving at, Mr. Wright? You already knew ahead of time where the ringmaster's head was going to be. Quite precisely, I may add.
Objection! Your silly hinting at things is pointless, Mr. Phoenix, right? Enough stalling. How about you show us some evidence?
But I did such a good job hinting. Yes. Hurry up and explain things, Mr. Wright. Maybe you should take a look at this. Look at this what?
Look at this what? Isn't it neat? Wouldn't you think my evidence is complete? Wouldn't you think I'm the one to present you this wooden box? Okay, sorry, I'll stop.
No, please, continue.
No, I can't think of anything else anymore.
I would join in, but I have a terrible thing of remembering lyrics when I'm on, never mind.
On the spot?
Yeah.
I don't know, maybe I could do a spoof of Phoenix Wright with a Disney song, maybe, one day. I don't know.
Okay. The key point here is the wooden box. The same wooden box that the victim was found hunched over? The same. The question is, who placed the wooden box here?
Who?
When Ben and company saw the ringmaster, they didn't see him holding the box. Which means that this wooden box was already placed at a scene crime. What?
Scene crime? Wait, that did say scene crime.
I'm looking at it right now. Scene crime.
I think they probably meant to put the scene of the crime.
Or the crime scene. Yeah, that was funny. I was like, wait a minute. I have to admit that your theory makes a lot of sense. The moment that the bus came falling down was exactly the same moment that the ringmaster lifted up this wooden box.
Oh, that's Phoenix.
Was it? Oops. Yep, it was. He just turned to an old man there for a second. Which means the answer to all these questions is now crystal clear.
You mean...
If the bus were to fall upon the point marked out by the wooden box, there will be no need that it could miss the head of the... Wait. There will be no way that it could miss the head of the victim.
Really?
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 Order! This is unbelievable. Who turned off the lights? Finally, some sort of these loose ends are starting to tie themselves up. Now we just gotta keep going. There's only one way to go from here. Forward!
Yay!
Not backward or sideways or diagonally. Forward!
Yay!
So the next question I have is who placed that wooden box at the scene? It was Mr. Dingling, of course. He connected to a rope, and then all he had to do was lower it down. Ow!
Allow me to whip some sense into you. Mr. Phoenix Wright?
Ow!
The ringmaster's head could have been anywhere when he lifted the box.
That's why the box was so specially made.
Specially made?
Indeed. It had the most peculiar feature.
And it was actually the weight of the box.
The box has a remarkable weight.
Weight?
According to the court record, it weighs 20 pounds. Just to lift up this wooden box would have required... Oh, I see. One would have to squat down and lift it up with their body, wouldn't you say? That's exactly what I was trying to point out. The box is also very large. The box also has carrying handles on either side, doesn't it? That is correct. To lift up the box, you have to squat down, which means that no matter who you are, your head would be in approximately the same place.
Fool!
Oh.
Jeez.
He just doesn't care.
Obviously.
Does she even bother to listen to me anymore? I mean, he said she.
Yeah, that was kind of weird. I think he meant he.
Yeah. I've heard what you had to say. I must admit, I'm shocked at your imaginative skills. Did you drop it? Did you drop the bust onto the ringmaster? What are you talking about? Even if I had wanted to do such a thing, I couldn't. What? Mr. Wright, do you recall the original location of this bust?
Nah, I remember.
Yeah. Of course I remember. It was on top of the table in the cafeteria. Then what happened to it? I'd like you to remember one important fact, Mr. Wright. I cannot possibly leave the lodging house by myself.
That means...
You understand what I mean, don't you? I may very well have been able to drop the bust from my room. However, how would I have gotten the bust from the cafeteria to my room?
Oh no, he's right! You see, Mr. Phoenix, right? Explain that. Don't forget, you said there was no accomplice.
Oh!
Tell us exactly how the witness would have carried the bust from the cafeteria.
Yep, we definitely have a problem here. But this is no place to get perplexed. I gotta get my wits about me and prove how things happen once and for all.
Get those wits, Phoenix.
Where are they? Where are my wits? Alright, Mr. Wright, let's hear your explanation. How did the witness get the bus from the cafeteria back to his room?
Well, if you know, there is a certain character that loves shiny things. And the bust is pretty shiny. And we
Right.
and we saw a bunch of shiny objects in in Acro's room, so the only one could have been money.
Yeah, I still have an issue with this though, because I mean, he's a monkey, and that thing is, I thought it was like the same size of him, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, it looks pretty heavy.
That's the only thing I mean, that's why it looks odd. But we are correct here. It's money, but I always had an issue with this part.
Yeah, it just doesn't make logical sense. But anyway, okay, present money here.
A monkey? Everyone knows money. He loves shiny objects of any size. For instance, he stole the ventriloquist's ring.
So, are you saying the witness had a monkey steal the bust?
Of course he didn't order the monkey to steal it. The monkey stole it on his own and then brought it back home. Home? Money lives in Acro's room. Acro's room? Why are you so... I mean, why?
That was kind of extravagant. But the bust was bronze, wasn't it? Bronze isn't all that shiny.
Maybe you should put the whip down sometimes and read the court record.
Ooh!
I mean, where the hell did she get bronze from?
I know, that's not bronze, it's green.
That's Statue of Liberty color right there. But wait a minute.
She's from...
Never mind.
Yeah, we're not gonna get into that.
Alright.
Japanifornia.
San Fran, Tokyo. I want to watch that movie again.
It's so good.
My, those are some very nice cards he's holding. Yes, and they're made of platinum, which is very shiny. Acro! Money is a strong monkey, right? It'd be easier for him to bring the bus back to your room. If he wasn't able to handle that himself, I'd be on the market for a new roommate.
Nope.
Okay, so that's how they're gonna explain it?
He's just a strong monkey for some reason.
Oh well. Order! Order! I said order! Miss Vaughn Karma! Where is the bus in question at this moment?
I don't know. We're searching for it as we speak.
This is a strange turn of events. If that monkey did not steal the bust, then what happens in this case? Well, in that event, something else must have been used as a murder weapon.
Well, Or maybe the bust was the murder weapon, but it was used by accident.
Well, that's possible. Maybe Acro saw money's mountain of stolen goods and thought to use one of them. Anyways, I think we've more than proven one critical fact here. Namely, that it was entirely possible that Acro was a murderer.
Moron!
Hey!
Wait,
Name
Acro or
calling.
Phoenix?
Well, still, it's not right.
Oh, shoot.
Oh, Mr. Wright's argument was so circular that I'm still a bit dizzy. However, his argument does hold water. There's no denying that. Ow!
Don't seem too flamboozled? That's a new word. Don't seem so flamboozled, especially by this fraud of an attorney.
Fraud? Flamboozled?
You've forgotten the absolute most important thing, Mr. Phoenix, right?
And what is that?
You should know. You forgot that fraud of a magical client was spotted at the scene of the crime.
Oh!
There is no reason to doubt the clown's testimony.
That's true. How do you respond to that, Mr. Wright?
Nick, don't let her beat you now.
I won't. This is my chance to turn this trial around.
When the murder occurred, there were two people at the scene of the crime. One was the victim, Russell Berry, and the other was the murderer himself. Answer this and only this, Mr. Phoenix, Wright. The clown saw the murderer. Who was it then? I don't want to. Okay, sorry. Let's stop.
You done?
Yeah, I'm done. Sorry.
Okay, good.
All right. Well, if he saw exactly Max, then the only logical explanation would be the bust.
Because it's made of him, or made in a likeness of him.
Yes, and remember he said he didn't see the white roses because there's no white roses on the bust.
Is that that mug? Yeah, that kind of took my breath away too.
Take my breath away. Okay, anyway, present that bust.
He saw Max's. Ah! Oh!
I asked who was the other person most saw on the scene. That evidence has nothing to do with the question.
Au contraire, mon frère.
Whoa!
Which is wrong, because that's masculine.
Is it mon chéri?
It's supposed to be ma chérie. Yeah, mon frère is my brother. Mon is like it's mon is mon is masculine. Ma would be feminine.
Ooh.
This is my French knowledge from high school.
Good job, Pharaoh.
Yay.
You learned French. Woo!
It does indeed have something to do with the question. Mo said he saw Max's silhouette, but he didn't see the man himself. It wasn't a human being he saw.
Oh my god, what does that mean?
It's some Durand Pursuit music. How was that possible? It's simple, really. What Mo actually saw that night was Max's bust.
What are you talking about? Have you tried using that brain at all in this case? The silhouette he saw just happened to be wearing a cloak.
There's no reason why you couldn't attach a cloak to the bust. Or a cloak like that could easily get snagged on a bust if they came into contact.
Idiot! Who in their right mind would put a cloak on a bust?
It doesn't matter who put it on the bust. Just wait a minute now, Mr. Wright. Who put the cloak on the bust? That question is of the utmost importance in this case, don't you agree? Joe caught me.
Dang it.
So let's have it, Mr. Wright. Who put the cloak on the bust?
Oh, shoot. Okay, there we go. Alright. Well...
This one is stupid, I'm gonna admit.
Yes, it is kind of stupid, but... It's none other than Russell Berry, the victim himself, and he'll explain why.
It's super far-fetched, though.
Fool! Him?
You're saying it was the victim himself? Russell Berry? That's what I'm saying.
I mean, the victim himself placed the cloak on the bust?
Place the cloak isn't really the right way of putting it. Then what would be the right way of putting it, Mr. Wright?
Explain yourself! Nick, do you really have a handle on this?
Nope. I'm fine, Maya. I'm finally putting all the pieces together.
Crap.
There's really only one picture I can paint anyways. Alright. So you want to know what really happened that night? Let's step back in time.
Oh.
Bomb. Okay. Acro used a rope to lower the wooden box onto the scene. Then he attached that rope to the bust, and dangled the bust out of the bedroom window directly above the wooden box. At the same time, the ringmaster told Max to wait in his room and went to the scene. Of course, at the time, the ringmaster was wearing Max's costume. Perhaps he didn't want anyone to recognize him that night. But just as he feared, he was spotted at the entrance of the lodging house by none other than a ventriloquist and his puppet, Ben and Trillo. When the ringmaster arrived at the scene, he bent over to lift the wooden box. And that's when Acro took his chance and released the rope.
Oh my gosh.
Now, this is when the magic happens. At the very instant the bust hit the victim... Yeah, this is what I'm talking about. Whoop!
That's so stupid.
Yeah.
You wait just a second there, Mr. Phoenix Wright. As much as you try, as much as you scheme, this just can't be true. It can't be.
It's still a little early to be getting so upset, Miss Von Karma. This circus isn't over yet.
Boo.
Oh my god, it's so stupid.
Doesn't make sense.
With the shock of impact, it threw up the cloak and it got snagged onto the bust. That's when the sound was heard by a witness, and he took a look out the window. That witness was, of course, Lawrence Moe Curls, the clown. When Moe looked out his window, the cloak had already snagged onto the bust. Now, having completed the crime, Acro naturally went about pulling up the murder weapon. Of course, he had no idea that Moe saw the bust being raised with the cloak dangling on it. Primarily because, in his wheelchair, he couldn't see out his window. So he just kept pulling the bust up. And see, I have a problem with this, so you can't tell me that Moe didn't see it going into Acro's room.
Yeah, that doesn't make any sense unless he just saw it and was shocked and then turned around to do something else or something.
Yeah, what can you do? And that is how the magical murderer disappearing into the sky came to be. Okay, you know, stop.
The circus drums. I like that little thing. I like how they explain that, even though the explanation is stupid. But it's cool how they put the little circus elements in there.
Right. Now you know how the murder actually took place. And now you know who was able to drop the murder weapon from above the scene. Acro, it could have only been you.
Sorry.
It's okay. Huh. He was surprised too, that's why.
Yeah. Hacker's been playing mind games with all of us.
He sure has. But he has come to the end of his rope now.
So?
What now?
You've graced us with a rather long-winded tale. But do you have any evidence to prove that your fairy tale is true?
Evidence?
In this court, only two things matter. The power of evidence and the power of my whip.
Don't forget the power of my gavel as well. And my...
You son of a
axe.
gun.
What? I can't make jokes or references?
No, you can. It was just, I knew you were gonna do that.
Uh-huh. Mr. Wright, the prosecution brings up a good point. Can we see some evidence?
Nick, they say they want evidence.
I just explained how there can only be one possible murder method. But there's still something unusual about Mo's eyewitness account.
Unusual?
A contradiction, actually.
Okay then, use that and get out of this jam.
Stop talking amongst yourselves. Proceed, Mr. Wright. Present some evidence to the court that backs your claims. I want hard proof that you have unraveled the trick to this magical case.
Oh, the magic case. But we will present that hard proof in the next episode.
Actually, are we close to a point?
Actually, oh shoot. Yeah, I think so, because I think we only have... Yeah, alright, no, actually, let's keep going. Forget it.
Long episode, yay.
Yay! Alright, crap, I got distracted.
Sorry.
Thanks! Thanks, Pharaoh! Thanks!
I'm sorry, Skinny, please.
Jeez. Anyway, here is it. Okay, you can present the silk hat. I hate this hat so much. You use this a lot in this case. But you want to present this hat, because remember he said he didn't see the hat. But the bust has the hat, so it doesn't make any gosh darn sense. So present it.
Just present the mug. The problem is Max's three symbols. You know, the silk hat, the cloak, and the white roses. Those symbols were a problem numerous times during yesterday's proceedings. Yesterday, there were two contradictions in Mo's testimony.
The silk hat was one, the white roses were the other.
But the theory I just presented explains all these contradictions.
You fool! Do you ever shut up?
No. Max's silk hat was found at the scene of the crime. However, remember what Mo said yesterday. He testified that the criminal he saw fleeing the scene was wearing a silk hat. There's only one explanation for that. The silk hat that Mo saw was actually the bust.
Oh my god,
Makes sense. If you look at it that way, then he did see a silk hat. Well, sort of.
Objection! Fine, you've got one, but what about the other contradiction?
The other contradiction?
Remember what that ventriloquist said in court? He said that he witnessed white roses on Max's chest that night. But the clown's testimony doesn't match. The clown said that there were no white roses. I'd like to see you try and explain that one away. Can you do it, Nick?
Of course. I can explain all of it.
What was that?
Please recall the incident when the cloak snagged onto the bust. The cloak snagged onto the bust. What happened to the white roses? Oh god, here we go again. Oh, look at that.
Oh, yeah. I got snagged with the...
Do you get it yet? If the cloak got snagged onto the front of the bust, it means the white roses would end up on the back of the bust.
Ah!
Which explains why Mo didn't see it. The white roses were not visible because they were on the back side of the bust. Order! Order!
Oh, crap.
This is quite the shocking state of affairs. Mr. Wright's theory still sounds a bit absurd to me. However, let's just keep going down this road for a little while and see where it leads.
Let's do this, Nick. Then maybe Von Karma will finally throw in the towel. Oh, dang it!
Nope. Yeah, he's still calm as always.
Oh my gosh. Well, so much for that theory.
Mr. Wright, do you mind? What is it? You took the time to research our circus, didn't you? Well, yes, I did. Is there something making you think I didn't? If you did, then maybe you'll understand why I think you're off track. Why is that?
Motive.
Ah, crap, I knew they were gonna bring that up.
This witness feels like an incredible debt of gratitude towards the ringmaster. Anyone with any relation to the circus is well aware of this. Shut up, plane. Thus, there is absolutely no way someone like this would kill the ringmaster. Oh my god, he's right. She's right.
Motive!
Your Honor, I'd like you to hear Acro's story. Learn about his relationship with the ringmaster and his life up until now. What do we do? There's no doubting that Acro deeply respected the ringmaster.
Acro's motive. It seems that this case isn't over yet. Very well. However, I feel this is a good place to take a break.
Yes.
I'll listen to the rest of Mr. Dingling's testimony after recess. The score will now take a 10-minute recess. Let's go play kickball!
Woo! I'm gonna go on the teeter-totter.
Mr. Wright, it's my turn!
Aw, it's my turn.
No, shut up, Maya.
Aw. Oh god. Anyway, all right. Oh boy, that was guys, we did it, sort of.
Well, kinda. We're almost there. Almost there. I mean, I do feel like this case kind of drags on a teeny bit, but we're almost there.
We're almost there. We're getting to the bottom of this. So, whoo. All right, guys. Thank you so very much, and stay tuned because we're gonna close this case real soon. And then we'll move on to the last one.
And then, sometime, we'll go to Trials and Tribulations.
I love that one.
That was probably one of my favorite ones.
Jeez.
Yes.
All right, guys. If no one's told you that they love you today, I do.
Yes.
Jeez.
Yes.
Bye, guys.
Yes.